Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, with Bedouin Soundclash.
Sophie here. It's day 2 of Freeze Festival, and I'm here with tonight's headliners, Bedouin Soundclash. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Our chairs?
I'm very comfy right now. How are you?
Great.
I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been travelling quite a lot lately. Is it nice just to have a few minutes to chill out and relax?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had a couple days off in London, and then it's on to the States though right after this. So it's good to be able to relax in the beanbag chairs for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Take it all in.
Have you got a nice rider tonight as well to tuck into?
We have the best.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Over there.
We got crisps, as they say.
Yeah. Any chocolate? We can.
There must be. That's one thing that we do demand. Actually,
UK chocolate's way better than.
Isn't it?
It is way better because I heard it's the wax content, which is odd, but yeah, in the States and Canada they have more wax.
Fact of the day.
Fact. Yeah.
We'll probably talk about the music at some point.
Sure.
Good start.
If you want.
Can I start from the beginning and your original lineup? I think you all met at university.
Mm-hmm.
When did things start to change and you not love the vibe between you so much? Because I think you had a lineup change.
Yeah. I'd say, I mean, we toured relentlessly. We're on the Relentless stage tonight. We just did, I mean,
That was special.
that was so bad.
Pretty good.
That's just lateral thinking right there. We toured so much, right? So I mean, I think just over time you kind of grow apart, and me and Eon, after we did a tour in Japan, I think in 2008, we sort of thought, okay, the past is the past, and let's move on. And we weren't sure if we were going to continue with Bedouin, but me and Eon knew we still wanted to play music together. And we went off and did our own thing. I wrote a solo record, and in the meantime we started a record label, and we met Seiku, and Seiku, we kind of realized we could really make the record we want to make at this point in our lives with Bedouin Soundclash. So we started writing, and everything came out really quick. We had about 20 songs within a month. So within a year, it went from no, we're not doing it again to let's try it again. So
When you went and did your solo projects, did you make sure that the stuff you were doing was completely different to Bedouin Soundclash stuff, just so you had a different outlet and more freedom there? Or
yeah, it was different naturally, just because of the subject matter and the reasons why I was writing that record. It was far more personal and maybe a little self-indulgent. Yeah. So it was a darker record. It was a little more folky, and not like beat oriented or as much as it is with Bedouin. And it just naturally was going to be different because it wasn't a collaborative thing with Eon and Seiku. So right. But yeah. So I think. But I think we combine. I'm going to continue on this one. I think we combine the best of both worlds. Jan looks like my answer sport. He looks so tired. You're just like yawning during my. I was like, you got to move this one along. He's like, oh god. He's like, oh god, the solo record. He's going to talk about that again. Here we go. So. Yeah. So then it was just naturally different because I wasn't collaborating with these guys. So.
when you joined the band, was it weird to adjust to your new way of life and fit in with people that had been together for so long?
Yeah, you nailed it on the head. That's actually exactly what it was. These guys have been together for not just in the band, but best friends for 10 years. So there's a certain rapport they have and a certain ease they have that, when you're coming into a three-piece, you're the new guy. So you got to find your place and find out what works. And it's a very sensitive thing, but also thankfully it was actually very easy. They working with them, the way they communicate and stuff it's very easy to just to create stuff with them.
And in your opinion, how has he changed the dynamic of the band? What has he brought to the team, would you say?
I think we have a lot more fun tour. And I mean, also Seiku's probably it's just an incredible drummer. He's really inspiring to play with. Just some people have, I mean, I always say there's some people like, you know, like you can be good at something, and some people are great, have their own quality that makes them unique. And Seiku has a unique way of playing, and that, so it's everyone has their own personality on stage. And so I'd say, I mean, his style of playing is looser, but also you can get a little aggressive sometimes. Stab the drums.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. He came in.
He's a very bold player. Like, he will come in and just like, he's willing to take a chance and play something that's different, and not necessarily go with what you're offering in terms of an idea. And he can come with something of his own that's really cool. So
we actually one of an early song, without really realizing it, an early song that we wrote on our first record. We were listening to Seiku's drumming, and he had drummed on this track for this singer in Canada. It was this sort of drum and bass, jazzy kind of track. We're like trying to figure out how it was played, and so we ripped that beat, and we're kind of learned something. So now we play that song with the guy who actually wrote the beat. So it's come full circle. It might, it's definitely, yeah. But he came in and said that for like it was like we would sit down and like, okay, what are your favorite bands? It's like Bad Brains, The Clash, The Cure. It was like immediately like, okay, cool, let's like we can hang out.
And who's done the production on this record? Have you worked with the same guy that you've worked with before? I think Daryl.
No, it's a new guy. King Brent. Yes, incredible, worldly, unbelievable producer who like. We feel very, not to be corny, but we really do feel very blessed to have, worked with them on it, because this record it's very different from other Bedouin albums, and it's got this breadth to it that I don't think any of us fully appreciate we'd have going into it. He just has access to a lot of great musicians in Philly. It's a very musical city, and so he brought in a lot of players to kind of help us flesh out these ideas that the songs Jay come up with, and very happy with it. Yeah.
And what sort of producer is he? Is he very forthright? Says this is how it should be, or does he let you have your opinion and say, okay, I see your point?
It's funny. Being a producer is it's in addition to the actual job description, it's a very political thing in terms of like you have to be able to work with the artist, keep a mandate. You know what I mean? Like keep a vision in mind of what everyone's agreed should be, while still being really what's the word I'm looking for? Like really diplomatic about taking people's ideas and working with them, making stuff happen. So he wasn't really very forceful. He was willing to try anything, and I think you guys have even said it's the first time that they weren't told no when they wanted to try something new and stuff. So, and as such, we have a lot of different things in the album. We have a song on there called "Brutal Hearts" that is, I mean, it's unlike, yes, with Code de Pirate. So it's unlike anything that any of us have ever done before, and just because we were all, including King, just committed to seeing that style of it through.
How have your fans received the new sounds, so to speak? Do they accept it and they're really loving it, or are some people a bit shocked at a different?
Yeah, I don't know yet. The interesting thing about this tour is we haven't actually gotten to the territory yet where it's out. Yeah. So it's like we're kind of doing this weird like touring. Like we're just in Australia. It's coming out in a month there, but we'll go back. So the UK. So I think the UK is gonna. So when we hit the States and Canada, that's when we'll finally sort of see.
Take you down around the world. Put up the fire in the sun. Blue fire that can't be contained. So